and we don't even remember why we're fighting. And both of us are mad for nothing, fighting for nothing, crying for nothing. Whoa. But we won't let it go for nothing.
What's up, YouTube? It's Pharaoh J 417. Got it this time. Pharaoh J for short, as you know, normally called. We're coming to you with the second edition of Pharaoh's Romance Corner, and so far, as you can see, the name is stuck for at least a week. I'm gonna, probably take some votes or something at some point and see if I want to keep that name, because I may change it to like Pharaoh's Romance Hotspot or something crazy like that. But anyway, this week's topic is communication. As I told you last week, I think that communication is the second most important tier or component of a relationship. And so basically, when I'm talking communication, I'm not just saying like, oh, you walk in to your house or whatever. It's like, oh, hey, honey, hi. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about being clear and concise about your feelings and what you want from the relationship. So say as a girl or as a guy, you're feeling neglected in your relationship. Don't just, don't just hold that in. You feel like, you're not getting enough attention, or that your husband, boyfriend, wife, lover, whatever, is not paying you much attention. Don't just keep that all in. Just be upfront. Be like, you know what? I feel that, we don't spend enough time together, and I'd like to spend more time together. Just plain and simple. Don't beat around the bush. Like, oh, what's bothering you? Nothing. What's wrong? Nothing. I mean, just be honest. Be like, you know what? I've been feeling a little neglected lately, and I just feel that I just really would appreciate if we could hang out more. I mean, it's that simple. And I'm sure your boyfriend or your significant other or whatever would be happy to spend more time with you. Also, another important thing, it's for like ladies. Now, I'm just directing this at you because a lot more ladies that I've seen do this than guys do it. When guys ask you stuff, just be, guys are simple, so just be straightforward and honest. Like when a guy asks you, say you're gonna go on a date, where would you like to go to dinner? Oh, it doesn't really matter, or wherever you want to go. I mean, come on. I mean, sure, we can think of somewhere to go, but we're taking the effort to, ask you where you want to go. And so we really want to go somewhere that you're really going to enjoy the food and just have a really good time. So just tell us you want to go to Red Lobster, or Olive Garden, or McClintock's, or, any other fancy place you want to go. And that goes for all areas of communication. It can be any little thing as simple as you want some ice cream, and instead of just saying, hey, let's get some ice cream, you're like, you know what, I could really go for a cold snack right now, or I could really go for something cold, or it's really hot, I could use something cool. We're like, as a guy or a girl, you're just like, okay, there's a fan, you want a glass of water. I mean, there's so many different options for, things you could want, when you could just say, let's grab some ice cream, let's grab some frozen yogurt, or whatever. In more, important, more common situation in relationships, it'll be something along the lines of, you say not being happy with the other person about something came up. Say you were supposed to go out. You're a guy or girl. You're supposed to go out with your significant other, and they either cancel or they, forget it or don't show up. And a lot of times, and you'll be really, really upset, but you won't say anything. As a guy, you just keep it in. Especially if you guys have a lot of tendency to keep their feelings in. So you'll just hold it, when she comes over, when your girl comes over, or your significant other comes over, you'll just be, you'll sit there and you'll be ignoring her, or, you're real sure with her. How you doing? I'm fine. How's your day? It's good. Like, what are you doing at dinner? Wherever. Like, you'll be real short, and that's not fair. She's like, she's sitting there like, oh, what did I do? Especially if she didn't realize she did it. So just be honest. Be like, you know what? I was really hurt by this happening. I was really hurt because you forgot about this, or I was really upset when you did this. It made me feel this way. Just be assertive with your feelings. When you do this, I feel this way. Just really be concise and direct when you express your feelings, because contrary to popular belief, no matter how good I am at it, not everyone's a mind reader. I mean, Miss Cleo even messes up from time to time, so you can't expect your significant other to be able to read your mind all the time, even if they do sometimes. And what makes situations worse is like you'll go tell your friends, what's wrong, or what's bothering you, but you won't tell your significant other, which is like, okay, so all your friends know, all these other people know, and he or she is the only person who doesn't know, which is kind of unfair. So you got to keep the lines of communication open. Like I said, it can range from silly things or to really serious things. Just be upfront. If you want something, tell them. If you're not receiving something from the relationship, tell them. Just communicate with them. And like I said, you could be a face-to-face convo. It's something as simple as a phone call, even in text messages. You got to just communicate. Like, as a guy myself who's in a long-distance relationship, it's kind of like, when I go out, there's no law in a relationship saying I'm required to tell anybody I'm going this place or going that place, but out of respect and to keep the communication strong, I always text my girl like, you know what, I'm about to go out with my friend Joe, or we're going to a party, or we're having people over or something, just so she knows where I am. Like, if something happened to me and I, hadn't communicated to her where I was, she would know what the hell happened or what went wrong or what happened. So it's just it's common courtesy or respect to just, you know, always communicate with your friends. Like, oh, you know what? Say you are going somewhere, you're running late. I'm running late before this, so that way they don't have to start panicking or freaking out. You just got to make sure that at all times you're communicating. Honestly, on a more serious note, like, because you know your relationship has, you know, your lovey-dovey stuff, your strong connection, you got your conversation, you have your hanging out activities, and then you have, you know, the sex related part. Especially when it comes to sex, you got to communicate. Ladies, I cannot impress upon you this concept I'm talking about enough. If a guy isn't pleasing you, or he's doing something you don't enjoy, or he's not hitting it right, please tell him. Because what you do is, like, you're afraid to hurt a guy's feelings. So if he's not that great, you just want to say, you're like, oh, that was good. And then say you guys break up and he's going on to the next girl. And I'm not saying you're like, oh my God, we're going to break up and I don't want to help him for the next girl. But come on. You'd want another girl to do this, you know, to her guy. Like, just tell him, give him some tips. Like, tell him what you want. Tell him what makes you feel good. Because if you don't, he's going to go to the next girlfriend or go to the next relationship and think he's just throwing it down. Or even with you, he's bragging his friends, oh yeah, I'm putting it down, man. We got her moaning and stuff. And then you can be like, that story doesn't match up with how you're really feeling about the situation. Then you look like a fool. You're not helping yourself or him. So ladies and guys, when it comes to sex, when it comes to, you know, the whole bedroom scene, be upfront. If you like her to kiss you here, if you like her to touch you there, like him or her to touch you there, kiss you wherever, just be like, you know, this is what I like. And as a guy or as a girl, don't be afraid to ask. Generally, guys are more afraid to ask. Like, fool, if you don't know what you're doing about something, just ask. Seriously, just raise. Excuse me, baby. You know, I was wondering if you like this or if you'd like me to do this. Because there's nothing more powerful than knowledge. Knowledge is power. Knowledge of everything. So it'd be good to know what your girl likes so you can please her as best you know how. So in all aspects of relationship, communication comes in handy, from hanging out to, you know, actually just physically talking or texting or whatever, and in the bedroom. So as you can see, communication plays a really large role in every relationship. And with poor communication, a lot of relationships won't last. And what sucks is that you have two people who have a lot in common. And like the first video said, they trust each other. There's a lot of trust, a strong bond there, but they just have really bad communication skills and they, you know, fall off because of that. So a lack of communication can cripple a relationship just like a lack of trust can. So you got to work on, you know, trust and work on your communication. You can sit down when your guy comes home. You can sit down and have like a short conversation. You know, how was your day? Talk about your day. Express, you know, how you're feeling. Oh, did you miss that person? Oh, did this person piss you off at work? You know, just and listen. Because an important part of communication that sometimes gets overlooked is actually listening to. Because like, okay, you said your piece. Now you got to sit there and listen. Don't just sit there and like hold your head like. Don't just sit there and hear. Actually listen to what they're saying so you can respond. Because for all you know, your girl could be like, explain a story about a situation at work with somebody, and then later on something else more major happens. Like, remember when I told you this? And you're like, oh my God, I wasn't listening. I don't know. And it could be something that she's really passionate about, or something that's really bothering her, or really that she, you know, wants to get your opinion on. If you weren't listening, how are you gonna respond? Same thing with you ladies. You know, listen to your guy about his day. You know, work, friends, video games. He doesn't be allowed to talk video games. It's annoying. At least for 10 minutes with the video games, ladies. Come on, at least give him a 10-minute video game, listening, focus. Anyway, that was my little bit about communication. Not really set yet on what next week's topic is because I have a lot of different things I want to cover. But I think I'm kind of leaning towards spontaneity. So like, as the same thing with the video before, if you found this helpful, leave a comment on the channel. Leave a comment on this video. Tell your friends about it. And why don't you guys leave some stories about, you know, communication, or some tips for the other people that are watching the video and the other people out there, tips or instances where communication was key in your relationship or a lack of communication hurt your relationship. Give a video a thumbs up so you can spread the word out so it'll be more, easier for people to find it. Comment and subscribe to my channel, True Life I'm a Pharaoh, and look forward to many more of Pharaoh's Romance Corner. Hope you guys have a fantastic and lovely day. Peace.
Baby, I know sometimes it's gonna rain, but baby,